Coco's a good girl. Yes, she is. She's a good girl. Hi, this is Coco, and today we're going to work on hobbles. Hobbles have an important place in everyone's equestrian life, from backcountry grazing, and I guess to eating. No, you don't need to. No, don't eat the hobble. Hobbles are important for everybody. From backcountry grazing to teaching patience, getting your animal used to hobbles is a good thing, and they'll be better off for it. Yes, nibbly. All of my animals get introduced to hobbles, whether or not they're going to be going in the backcountry. Effective hobble training helps them become much better at having things wrapped around their legs, giving to pressure, and staying calm, cool, and collected when things get interesting. Hobble training is a tool that I think every animal should have inside their saddlebags. Hi, I'm Robert from Trailmeister, and when I'm not on the trail or in camp, or trying to feed a hobble to Coco here, I'm helping people gain the skills and the confidence to make their dreams of trail riding and camping with horses a reality. Before we get too much further, please click on those like, share, and subscribe buttons, and please use those Amazon links to help us keep creating content for you. Now let's talk about hobbles. I have a 3-step hobble training process that works pretty well for me. The objective is to get my animals to tolerate things around their legs and to give to pressure. So my hobble training starts without hobbles. I break our training down into small steps, one leg at a time, if you will. The whole idea is that if there are any issues or objections, I can deal with a small one very easily without any drama or rodeo. I want hobbles to be a comfortable thing for Coco. I want hobbles to be the happy place. The first step in Coco's path to hobbles is getting her used to having things done with her legs. I want to be able to manipulate. Up. Good girl. I want to be able to manipulate her legs and touch her all over, not only with my hands, but with ropes, bags, sacks, anything you can think of. Up. Before I start doing anything else. I found that the more time I spend with this step, gives me a lot of clues into how Coco's going to react when things get trying, for better or worse. The second step is giving to pressure. I want her to give to pressure on her legs rather than to struggle. To teach her to give, I put a rope around one leg and then the other, teaching her to cooperate when pressure is applied by lifting her hoof. Once she lifts the hoof, relax the pressure and repeat. And a leg, step, and a leg, step. The leg isn't tied. If she gets scared, I can let go of one end of the rope and immediately release her. I make a game of this by leading the animal by a foot, any foot. With a little patience and practice, you'll be able to lead by attaching the rope to any foot. Once I can do that, it's time to introduce the hobbles.
Yes.
These are the hobbles that I like and use. These are a buckleless or tab hobble, and they're the standard two front leg hobble, if you will, but instead of a clumsy buckle that can be hard to mess with, especially with gloves or when your hands are cold, they just have a tab arrangement. Kaboom, and they're done. One of the reasons I like these is that I don't have to spend time messing with a clumsy buckle when it's early in the morning, my hands are wet and cold, and quite frankly, I don't want to spend a lot of time around hard and unforgiving hoofs. So there you go, the kind of hobbles that I like and use. So after we've gotten through the first 2 steps of hobble training, desensitizing her to ropes and things around her legs, and getting her comfortable with giving to pressure. So anytime that somebody asked or something asked for her to hold a leg, she doesn't fight it. Once we've gotten through those 2 steps, it's time to find a nice, big, open, safe location with good footing, arm myself with a prime flake of hay, and I wait until after dinner. I found that by letting my animals worry more about filling their stomach than fighting with hobbles, things work out a lot smoother. Now that Coco is eating comfortably, I'm going to slip these hobbles on. First one, and then the other. I'm going to give her a tug so she knows they're there. There's a quick one step and a quick another. So she knows these hobbles are on and she's not worried about them, which is what I want. She's more interested in eating. I see a couple good benefits with this method of using hobbles in food. One, it lets her associate hobbles with a good thing. Two, by adding food into the mix, Coco is going to slowly explore these hobbles with small steps, and that was going to reduce her chances of falling or having a problem. And I'm going to take these hobbles off because we had a step, and that's all we need. I am completely confident that I could keep these hobbles on her and she would be fine, but why take a chance? I'm in no rush. We'll repeat this tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. To my mind, this three-step process of hobble training is much safer and less dramatic than simply throwing a set of hobbles on and yelling whoa during the rodeo. I believe that hobble training is a fundamental skill for every horse, whether you go into the backcountry or you stay closer to home. And that's hobble training. We'll repeat every step in this process a lot more before we start going out and really have to use hobbling. I want Coco to be completely familiar with being hobbled and completely comfortable with it. Hobbles mean food for you. And that was a Trailmeister tip. For more practical information about trail riding and camping with horses and mules, give us a visit at trailmeister.com. It's also the world's largest guide to horse trails and horse camps. Don't forget to click on those like, share, and subscribe buttons. And please use those Amazon links to help us keep creating content to help you get out there. Until next time, happy trails. That was not too bad.